I am a professional caricature artist for over 10 years, and I'm sure that I can teach you to learn and improve drawing caricatures the way you want to. When I first started drawing caricatures, I felt like I was horrible at it, but I kept pushing forward. And I soon found many fantastic drawing exercises that caused me to improve. And in this video, I'm going to show you my top 4 caricature drawing exercises. And these are top secret, so don't tell nobody. Exercise number 4 on the list is memory sketching. So it's a very important exercise, especially if you draw people live, because they're going to be moving around, they're going to be talking to each other. So you have to look at their face for a few seconds and then turn toward your paper and remember the shapes that you saw. And this is how you practice this. So I've got a photo here of this guy. And I'm just going to take a few minutes and think about all the shapes and the things I see in his face. Then I'm going to put it away and try to draw him from memory. So his eyes look pretty normal. His eyebrows have some interesting angles. They're arced. They're thick over here and thin on the ends. And they are angled like this. All right. And then his nose has a bump in the middle that's kind of a little depressed, but the bulb at the end is kind of large and wide. There seems to be a little space between his nose and his mouth that is more than mine, put it that way. And the mouth is probably, I would consider it a narrow mouth. And then you've got the high forehead, the hair is back, probably tied back behind his head somehow. And then the beard is also very interesting. There's 2 points to the beard. And then it looks like the mustache has been shaved off. I see some prominent cheeks here. And that's it. Now I'm going to put this away and draw him from memory. You're just going to have to trust me that I'm not looking at his face as I draw. And here we go. Okay, now's the hard part where you just draw from memory and try to remember the shapes and everything you saw. And the first thing you're going to notice is that you forgot to look at this feature or that feature. And the way I can get around that is I can start thinking of myself as a character designer. Draw everything that I remember, but if I can't remember something, just think of myself as I'm designing a character in a cartoon and do it that way. And I have to remember that the point of this exercise is not to do a great drawing to show people, but instead to build my artistic memory. And that will cause my live and studio caricatures to greatly improve. Okay, let's see how I did. So here's his face compared to my drawing. I did that from memory. Not the best drawing that I ever did, but that's not the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is to get better and better. If I do this every day, then pretty soon I am going to be drawing people from memory very well. And you can even break this down to where you're just looking at the eye and then draw the eye from memory. Or just looking at the eyes, nose, or both the eyes and the nose and the mouth and draw that from memory and then look back at your reference. No matter how you do it, the point is to get better at drawing from memory, an extremely important exercise. Okay, time for exercise number 3 on the list. It's one-shot caricatures. Okay, this exercise is essential if you want to get good at drawing caricatures, and I call it a one-shot caricature. Now, to do a one-shot, I give myself one chance or one shot to do a good caricature of her face. And so I just look at the photo, I analyze it, and in this case I'm seeing that maybe her lips are large and they're close to her chin, and then her eyebrows are high above her eye. And that's just about the only caricaturing I'm going to do on this one, and then I just go for it. This one-shot caricature exercise is essential, and it's a lot of fun. But if this is the only exercise that you ever do as a caricature artist, you'll improve for a while, and then you'll plateau, and you'll stop improving. That's why it's great to use the other exercises on this list as well. Okay, time for exercise number 2 on the list, master studies. Okay, master studies are easy and fun. And how you do it is you find an artist that you think is a master at drawing caricatures, in your opinion. And then you get one of their drawings and copy it exactly, line for line. And there's a little bit more to it than that. Okay, what you're about to see is me drawing from 3 artists who I consider to be masters. And these 3 artists just happen to draw caricatures of me. And so I'm taking the drawing that they did of me, I'm redrawing it, and doing a master study. This first artist is Richmond, and he used to draw for Mad Magazine, and now he does workshops live, and his work is always fantastic. Tom did this drawing of me as part of one of those live weekend workshops. This next artist, who I consider a master, is Glenn Ferguson. He used to be the lead artist at Islands of Adventure theme park in Florida, and he did this drawing of me in 2006 when I was in the park. Now, when I'm doing the master study, I am not just mindlessly copying what I see. I'm copying it pretty much exactly as I can, but I'm thinking, and I'm trying to remember, how does this artist draw an eye? Or how does this artist draw a nose? And then I'm building up a toolbox in my mind of how each of these masters do what they do. And how does that master solve artistic problems and challenges that come up when drawing someone's face? And then the next time that I'm drawing someone's face and then I encounter a problem, a feature or a shape that I'm having trouble drawing, then I can reach back into that toolbox in my mind from all of these masters and find one that solved it in a way that works for the drawing that I'm working on at the moment. This next artist is an award-winning Belgian artist named Jan Optebeek, and he loves to do these fantastic exaggerations. He did this drawing of me through a Facebook group after I joined the International Society of Caricature Artists, and I thank him big time for that. Even though it's just a sketch, it's fantastic and I love it. So after I do the master study, it could be one drawing or it could be 3 like you see here. I'm analyzing what they drew and why. I'm looking at, where did they draw a triangle shape or a square shape or rounded lines or straight lines? Where's the weight of the face? Above the eyes, below the eyes, or split in 3 directions? And I want to notice and write down what new thing that I learned from that study. Okay, my number 1 exercise for practicing caricatures is the exaggeration exercise. Okay, the way I start the exaggeration exercise is I get a photo that I want to draw and I prepare my canvas. I want to give myself enough space to draw in 3 times, maybe 4. But I want each drawing to have the same volume. I don't want one to be gigantic and the other to be small and one to be mid-size. They're all going to have the same volume, and that's going to force me to squash and stretch within the same volume. And by restricting myself like that, that's going to stop me from just repeating the same exaggeration over and over again on accident. That's going to force me to change the proportions of the head shape because I'm keeping it the same volume. The next thing I do is that each drawing I do is going to have a greater and greater exaggeration. I'm going to look at the first drawing that I did and notice what is different about this face than the average face. And then on the second drawing that I do, I'm going to exaggerate that. In this case, I feel like his eyes are closer to the top of his head and the space between his eyes and the chin are larger, so I exaggerated that. But I'm keeping it the same volume so that I had to squash the top of his head down a little bit. And now on the third drawing, I'm noticing what exaggerations worked and what looked good on the second drawing. And now I'm going to try to exaggerate it even more. Now, it doesn't always work out perfect, and sometimes I end up with a horrible drawing that I don't like. But I have to keep in mind that the purpose of this exercise is to get better and better, not to come up with a perfect drawing. But I can tell you that every once in a while when I do this exercise, the third or fourth drawing that I do turns out to be fantastic, and I do want to share that on social media. But that's not the goal, and that doesn't always happen. Now, if you follow me on social media and you see a lot of my drawings, you'll notice that my style is not the crazy exaggerated style. But I found something out by accident. By practicing like this, increasing the exaggeration over and over until it's super extreme, what happens is when I'm drawing someone in my style, suddenly I'm able to draw better likenesses without even trying very hard. And how does that happen? The only thing I can figure is that by looking for these differences, each time I exaggerate, I'm looking for the nuances, the small differences, the big differences, and I'm noticing more and more. I think it's getting deep into my subconscious to look for those little tiny details that really bring out the likeness in someone that I'm drawing. And so by practicing this way, you're actually able to draw a better likeness of someone, even in a more portrait style, without even trying, because it's gotten deep into your subconscious to look for those differences between each person's face. And when I'm doing these exercises, I have to remind myself that it's probably not going to turn out to be a great drawing, and that's totally okay. So if I do these exaggeration upon exaggeration upon exaggeration, and it turns out to be a horrible drawing, then that actually is a good thing, because the more mistakes I make, the more I learn. And my mind is taking account of that drawing, whether it likes it or whether it does not like it. And both of those things teach me something. If I didn't like the drawing, I'm actually learning something. And if I do like the drawing, I'm actually learning something as well. Every once in a while, you'll run across a face which is like kryptonite to an artist. You just can't get it right no matter how you try. But when I do these type of exercises, that happens less and less often. Okay, so I've told you about memory sketching, one-shots, master studies, exaggeration exercise, but there is a bonus exercise that I'm going to tell you about. But first I want to tell you about my caricature drawing course that really might help you. I've taken a lot of courses on how to draw caricatures, and they're great, but they all kind of focus on how to draw in a studio setting, like in your art studio or at home in your sketchbook when there's plenty of time to work on all the details and make adjustments. But my course is unique because I made it to focus on how I draw people live. In this course, you'll learn my exact detailed line-by-line method for drawing a quick caricature or a cartoon portrait, and it could save you years from your drawing time and your learning curve. When drawing someone live, there has to be a reason and a purpose that you're putting every line down on the page, because you've only got a few minutes to get it right, and I'm going to show you how I do that. And even if you never plan on drawing someone live, this will still help you to do quick 5 or 6 minute caricatures in your sketchbook at home. It could be that your real problem with drawing caricatures is not that you don't have enough talent, because I think if you love what you do, you have all the talent that you need. The real problem is that you don't know what the professional artists are thinking about as they draw each line. Now, this course is going to be a growing course. I've got the 12 core lessons completed and uploaded, and I'm going to be adding more lessons, at least 3 more lessons, maybe even more than that, and some downloads. When I add the new material, I plan on raising the price, but if you get started on the course right now at the lower price, you'll have access to all the new stuff that I add, and you'll never have to pay any extra. Well, how does this work? Well, there's going to be 12 core lessons that show my exact method for drawing a face, and the exact questions that I ask myself as I draw each feature of the face. I'll also tell you my exact markers, papers, and tools that I use to get the job done. The video course is all on the same page of my website that's password protected. So when you purchase the course, you'll get an email that has the password to get access to all of the videos. You'll also be able to ask me questions and give me comments and feedback on how I can improve the course. I look forward to seeing your progress as you take the course. And if it's not for you right now, please keep watching my YouTube videos and keep practicing. Please click the link in the description to get started. Thank you. Okay, now for the bonus exercise, and that is fill a page. Okay, so anytime you want to get good at drawing anything, get yourself a big sketchbook and fill a page in your sketchbook with what you want to learn how to draw. In this case, I'm practicing caricatures, so I just want to do massive action and draw as many caricatures on that page of my sketchbook as I possibly can. And it doesn't matter if I'm doing memory sketching, one-shot caricatures, master studies, exaggeration exercises, or just stylized drawings or even portraits. I want to just fill that page as much as possible with as many drawings as possible. They could be different sizes. Some can be big, some can be small, some can be exaggerated, some can be different. Filling the page is the point of the exercise. When I first started working at Disney World, one of the supervisors, who was also a coach to the caricature artist, he said that every artist has about 1,000 bad drawings in them. And you have to get those 1,000 bad drawings out of your head and onto paper, and then all the good drawings can start coming out. Now, I don't know if that's exactly true or if every artist has exactly 1,000 bad drawings inside them, but I think it's fantastic advice to just get 1,000 drawings out on the paper. Now, you probably can't get 1,000 bad drawings on one piece of paper, but if you fill a page with as many drawings as you can possibly do, you are definitely going to more quickly get those bad drawings out of you. And it's not that you're trying to do bad drawings, you're trying to do good drawings, and the bad ones are coming out anyway. So you've got to get massive action, massive drawing action down on the paper. And this exercise will actually work for anything you want to learn how to draw. You could fill a page with hands or fill a page with eyes. Whatever it is that you feel like you're not good yet at drawing, just start filling pages with that thing, and you are guaranteed to get better at it. And I want to say a big thank you to the people that are watching me on YouTube and to the people that I'm drawing right here in this video. Because everybody that I drew in this video, they went to my website with the link in the description, and they filled out a form called Draw Me on YouTube. And when they filled out that form, they uploaded their photo, and that's where I got all the photos to draw in this video. So if you think it would be cool to be drawn on YouTube by me, then click the link in the description and fill out that form, upload your photo, and you'll have a chance to be drawn. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that I'm drawing everybody that uploads a photo, but sometimes I don't have a good idea for a YouTube video, and if that happens, I'm going to look through those photos and find a good one and make a video out of it. So that's actually 5 drawing exercises to get better at caricatures: memory sketching, one-shot caricatures, master studies, exaggeration exercises, and filling a page. And that's my secret workout routine. But believe it or not, I've got one more bonus caricature drawing exercise. And this one you're going to love. And I think we can call it character design caricatures. Or we could call it just make one up from your imagination. So basically what I'm going to do on this exercise is I am going to draw a caricature from my own imagination, however I want to draw that face with no photo reference whatsoever. I'm just making the whole thing up as I go. I'm drawing eyes that I'd like to see on this person, eyebrows, mouth, hairstyle. I'm trying out a different head shape, and I've never seen this person before. It's totally out of my imagination. Practicing like this is going to cause you to be loose when you draw caricatures. Being stiff and rigid when you draw a caricature because you're nervous about getting the likeness right, that makes a drawing look horrible. So when you practice purely from your imagination and there's no rules, it automatically makes you loose and you're able to use your imagination better when you're drawing a real caricature. Practicing like this will also help you to find your own unique style because you're going to be drawing things you naturally like. You're going to discover things you don't like and find new things that you like, and that's all going to get mixed together in a pot, and out of that crock pot of your imagination is going to come your own style. And there are many more ways to practice drawing caricatures, but these are my top 4 and 2 bonuses that I wanted to get to you on this video. So if you want to learn more, please click the link in the description or follow the QR code, and I'll see you on the next one.